Hello, beautiful soul family. It's Breanne here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to Readings with Breanne. I wanted to do a bit of a small video here. This is really a spur of the moment, but it feels like this is something that is continuously has been coming up over this past week. And I really wanted to share it, and I was going to pull some tarot with you guys today as well. And this is in regards to, I guess we can call it a new earth energy or a timeline shift. Now, a couple nights ago, maybe even close to a week ago now, there was a night that, oh my goodness, was extremely restless. Could not sleep, just up, tossing and turning, and energetically just felt like a lot going on. Now, of course, this is something that I feel like has happened numerous times. I mean, if you think about it, we're constantly based off our actions and our actions, our thoughts, or emotions. We're creating new realities and new timelines and new shifts all the time. But there was something about this on a bigger collective level, I guess you can say, because that morning when we woke up, it was like, something feels a little different. It's like, I don't know how many of you guys have had your eye on the Schumann resonance, but like probably a week prior, there's been like spike after spike, like so much energetic activity within the Schumann resonance. And I've been kind of watching it and I found it quite interesting. And then as I was reflecting back just a few moments ago and looking at that, since I had that experience where there was a shift, which felt like a shift, things have been, you kind of wake up and you're like, the energy just feels different. There's some kind of a shift, a change. And at that time that morning, I did pull the tarot on it and I did get a big yes to it and was like, oh, really cool, and went about my day. But this is something that's continuously still coming up. So I thought I would make a video for you guys and maybe it'll resonate with some of you guys or whatnot. So one thing I wanted to say that was really interesting is even over the personal sessions that I've been doing, every single session I have done, well, pretty much it's been a busy, week here. And since this situation with the energetic feel of the time shift, guess what continuously comes up, you guys? The world. I did multiple sessions today or tarot readings today, and every single person also had the world in their energy upon their readings. And I found that very bizarre. Like there is multiple cards in this deck, and the fact that this world keeps coming up, this is like an integration to a new earth is what I'm getting, you guys. And I think it's really important to just be aware of where you are directing your energy moving forward, because things are, I feel like, beginning to move faster and faster here. Now, there has been a lot of focus with elections to the P. Diddy case to so many corrupt things coming out. And yes, I think that, it's to have exposure and for the stuff to come out to the people, is something that, needs to be released. It's been kind of suppressed for so long. But so many people kind of still feed off that energy of all the chaos. And just, I think what I want to say too is like, really be cautious with what you're listening to, where you're investing your energy, because this is ultimately, this energy is veering you off. Like, remember, the more in fear and, the more in that fight or flight mentality you are, is like the easier it is for us to be controlled. So there's been so many years of programming and making us feel like we don't have the power. But things are very much changing. But it feels like when I'm looking into this crystal ball, there's very much of these two different paths. And it's always been important, but it's really important to really pay attention to where you guys are directing your energy right now. So really the big question is what is the reality that you guys want to live in? What ask yourself that. And it's kind of about becoming aware and not being reactive as well because when we look at the news and all these crazy like it's been a crazy year and I do see it getting even crazier over the next month. I haven't done a tarot poll yet on the month of November, but I mean, as I'm gazing in the crystal ball, I seeing even some more really chaotic stuff happening potentially in this month, in October still, which could very much involve Trump from what I was seeing. I don't know if there could possibly be even another attack, is what it feels like with that energy. So when we, regardless of how we are reacting, we're still reacting to these energies and the chaos. So you really have to just bring that awareness and come to your center because that's, coming back to your heart and asking yourself, is this helping elevate my frequency? Ask yourself that. If it's not, then why are we investing in all this, you know, energy on something that is bringing us down, right? I'm kind of curious to pull the tarot. Was there a significant timeline shift for the collective consciousness over the last week here? Because it really feels like, to me personally, from my experience, what I have been observing over the last few days to possibly a week now has been quite interesting. I've also noticed like manifestations are coming much faster, but when I say that, it can go both ways. Like, what is it that you are, encompassing? What's the energy? Because there would be a few moments where I'm personally, say, not in the best energy, and the manifestation of more, let's say, unpleasant things were like super fast coming forward at me. And I'm like, okay, interesting. But then you become aware of that. So when you're aware of that and you shift your consciousness, you shift your awareness, then you flip the coin. So with that energy, from manifesting maybe something that's not so pleasant to manifesting something that is happening, I feel like at a much faster rate over the last few days. And I'd love to hear your guys' opinion how the last week has went for you guys. Now in the crystal ball, I was continuously seeing cats. Cats, cats, cats. At first it was like a cartoon cat that I was viewing, and then it was just other cats popping up. So I'm thinking, okay, I don't know if there's going to be some kind of, situation involving cats, but we can look at it symbolically as well. Cats symbolize independence, right? Freedom. They're very much symbolizing that independence that I feel like we are moving into that energy of, depending on what timeline you're going down here. Cats also symbolize the energy of being protectors through spiritual realms, and it feels like the veils and the realms are thinning in terms of we are able to connect more to, other beings, either whether that's in our star family, or our angels, or our guides, our loved ones that have crossed over. There really is kind of this thinning, I guess, of veils, you can say, but. Let's pull the tarot and see what's coming out because I'm curious if what it says in terms of this time shift, and has there been a significant time shift is my question for the collective, and what does that look like? So let's get into the tarot today. All right, lovely soul family, let's dive into the question pertaining to, was there a big timeline shift for the collective? What does that look like? What is that energy? What does it look like? I am using a new deck here. This is my Trick or Treat Tarot from Barbara Moore I just got. So I'm excited. I haven't used it yet. So let's see what it has to say. This deck is definitely shuffling very nicely. I'm loving it. All right, so let's see. What is the overall energy spirit of this timeline shift? Can you confirm if there was a large timeline shift for the collective? The apocalypse, you guys. The veils are thinning. Let's get one more. Was there a large collective timeline shift in this past week? We have the threshold, you guys. That looks like a big yes to me. We are coming out of this caged box here. Some of us are. All right, what does this look like, Spirit, for the collective? Was there a large timeline shift over this past week? Was there a large timeline shift over this past week? If this world comes out, oh my goodness, I am going to laugh. Okay, so we have Four of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. Four of Wands, lots of four energy. Justice. Oh my gosh, we've got Four of Cups as well. We got all the fours, you guys. The Empress. And we have the Knight of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune. Well, we don't have the World here, but the Wheel of Fortune is definitely a major arcana that is very important. So let's dissect this a little bit. So I cannot dismiss the fact that we have the Four of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. Like, what? We have every element here. This is symbolizing, if you look at fours on a symbolic level, this is about stability, consistency. This is a renewal. So I feel like I'm getting this image of a vivid earth with like a beautiful vivid earth, but after a long winter. We have Four of Pentacles over that question, and the fact that we have Four of Cups over the outcome as well makes me think that there are going to be a lot of people that do buy into some of the fears that are coming out, some of the chaos, some of the craziness, and it's going to put. Okay, when I was connecting with the crystal ball, I was also given the word lunacy, and you can look at it as different like lunar cycles, right, or phases of the moon, I guess I should say. But it's also, I'm hearing the word with that, lunatic. It's like the mental situations, working with that mental mind here. So it feels like there could be over this winter, it feels like a pretty intense winter, to be honest, with this energy. In terms of that question, was there a timeline shift? I believe there was. And if we look at the Nine of Wands, I'm getting learning the karmic lessons here because we have the justice right beside it. It's all about karmic. So now, not everyone, there's that threshold. There's going to be, I feel like, a lot of people that, it's like red pill. Okay, it's like that matrix energy with the Wheel of Fortune, like red pill, blue pill kind of energy, right? And it feels like some people are, not necessarily going to they're going to experience a very different reality, and that's why I feel like I wanted to stress so much. I know you guys probably know this, but it is extremely crucial to be really aware of your energy right now and I want to say your awareness in general, because it's okay to observe these things happening around the world, but we don't want to go into fear with them. We don't want to give it an additional amount of energy, right? With the Knight of Cups energy, I'm kind of drawn to this. Like we have Empress, we have Four of Cups, and we have the Knight of Cups. So lots of Cups energy here, but it's a feeling of renewal, but also contemplation. So it's not attaching to what is bringing your energy down. Knight of Cups, I'm hearing like imagination. The ego it has a very, small perception here, but the imagination is limitless. So use that imagination, use it. It has a lot of potential. So this is the outcomes about reevaluating, like what is truly important to you? What are you passionate about? Those things, if you follow your heart and you follow what's important to you and what you're really passionate about, you're going to go down the appropriate timeline here. But I don't know if I got a little sidetracked here, but when I was talking about the word lunacy, and I'm feeling this energy of this next couple months are going to be, there could be some, I want to say I'm hearing like lots of people becoming depressed, lots of people becoming confused, and it's a little bit of a crap show, let's say. So just very important to kind of check within yourself. Where are you? Not investing your energy where it's going to deplete you, I guess I can say. It's all about meditation, you guys. Maybe not eating so much candy and toxic foods here. Oh, yeah, okay, we have the Hermit, introspection, Ace of Swords, that's confirming a yeah. Ace of Wands, holy crap. We have the World, you guys. We have the World, but we have the Page of Swords. It's delayed as well. It feels like this was maybe one of my experiences where, yes, we are, as a collective, there is a collective that is shifting and going through a timeline, but I don't feel like everyone is going to, let's say, make it here. Or I don't want to say make it, but they're just going down a different journey here. Yeah, we've got Four of Swords. Yeah, look at that Tower. So the Wheel of Fortune, I mean, this could be, it's a positive energy, but it depends on what's surrounding that energy. And we do have the Tower. So I do feel like these next couple months, I'll be curious to do a November tarot read to see what happens or what's the energy around that. But there's definitely a threshold. The fact that this is in the present, you guys, justice and the world. So there is a big yes and a big confirmation in terms of that question, and the Ace of Swords over the Nine of Wands. So lots of you guys may be feeling a little exhausted, just a little depleted or exhausted right now, kind of wanting to be maybe in that hermit mode. And that's okay, but it's just a feeling of making sure you're tuning in and checking in with yourself, okay? Now, I'm actually getting something quite interesting here as well that I want to talk about before we wrap up, is over the outcome in terms of this. Like, what does this look like for the people? We have the Four of Cups. Now, if you guys, this is very much a different deck, but the Four of Cups is usually that energy of that person with his back against a tree, and then you got Spirit handing him a cup, but he's kind of ignoring it. This is contemplation. Sometimes this is disconnect, but we have the Page of Swords. So it's very much a two-sided coin. Again, you guys, for some people, they're going to be disconnected and there's going to be delay. They're not going to be able to communicate. But for the others, this is meditation, contemplation. This is reevaluating, and this is communication. So for some of the collective, they're going to be going into a direction, buying into more fear, going kind of on the other side, going down one route, and you have some of the collective going the other way, where they're connecting and they're communicating. Look at this, almost at a telepathic level here. There is, I feel like it's, we may think it's kind of superpowers or supernatural or magic now, but there is this energy of more telepathy, more communication with others on a spiritual level, or let's say on a like telepathical level here. So I very much see a lot of us being able to communicate with somebody mentally is what I'm getting here. And in the dream state here, we have the Empress and the Four of Swords. I feel like we'll be able to connect and communicate with people in the dream state. So that's kind of interesting that that came out as well. But that's what I have for you guys. A big yes. We have the threshold. The veils are thinning, and it's so funny because I kept getting the cats, and the cats are very much of that symbolism of, the in between the veils, the spiritual realm, and the fact that we have the apocalypse, which this card really symbolizes the veils. The veils are thinning here. So you guys will have to let me know what you think, but I'm happy, I'm sad. The fact that, again, you guys, I cannot believe this. This world came up yet again over the present situation, which shows me the world, the collective, has very much been in a recent shift, timeline shift, but there's also, you guys, there's two different shifts. Some people are going left, some people are going right. And that's why we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower. So again, be very cautious of where you guys are investing your energy. There's going to be some pretty intense things continuing to pop up here, it feels like. Okay, I'm sending you all lots of love and light on this journey. And until next time, bye for now, guys.
And my October spooky special is still on for the next 2 weeks for the month of October. Get your mini tarot readings today for only $13.13. So book now at readingswithbrianne.com for some spooky, accurate tarot readings. Until next time, guys. Bye for now.